Parties ready on Michael McReynolds, calling case number 2355115, the people of the state of Michigan versus Michael McReynolds. Defendant number 2 is charged with count 2, controlled substances, possession, cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic less than 25 grams. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Judge. Alex Ring on behalf of the people, P number B86590.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Andrew DiMaggio, P45619, on behalf of Michael McReynolds. I believe is present in the court.
Right, Mr. McReynolds, thanks your name, please.
Michael McReynolds.
Thank you. Counsel?
Yeah, Your Honor. I've conferred with Mr. McReynolds on this case. There was a little mix-up in the paperwork, but it is confirmed this is a drug case. And at this point, I believe Mr. McReynolds would like to waive this exam and have it go to circuit court.
All right, people have any objections?
No objection.
All right, Mr. DiMaggio, you understand that you have a statutory right to a preliminary exam where the state must show by probable cause a crime was committed? And probable cause you had something to do with committing that crime, you understand that?
Yeah.
Anybody promise you anything or threaten you in any way, you waive your right to preliminary exam?
Yeah.
You waive your right freely and voluntarily after having the opportunity to talk to your attorney about it. Doc, I hear you.
Yes.
All right, then you sign the waiver of examination form?
Yes.
All right. Freely and voluntarily waive your right to preliminary exam at the bound over Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for Raymond on information, May 24th at 9:00 a.m. Files continue.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. McReynolds, I'll give you a call later today. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, Mr. DiMaggio, do you have any objection to me signing your name to the waiver form?
Not at all, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you and your staff.
Okay. I heard this one before. Well, I'm here to talk to my lawyer or something.
Yes. Yes. Call me right now. You have my number. Give me a call right now, okay?
I have my phone at home, but I didn't think I could have it here.
Okay. When you get home, give me a call.
Okay,
Okay.
can you write the number? I don't have his number.
He said he doesn't have your number, Mr. DiMaggio.
Yeah, I can give him a number. Can the court give my number, Judge?
We have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. Okay. We'll give it to him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a great day.
You too.
Wayne County Jail,
Yes, ma'am.
are you bringing out Dawson, Shante Dawson?
Yes, I am right now.
Yes, please, thank you. The attorney's on. Mr. Simon, you ready? What happened to that? Oh. Courtroom 233 did a job.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's up with the-
Okay, what happened? Tomorrow fix it.
It's up for exam tomorrow.
Did you leave without
Oh,
doing your
yeah.
paperwork?
Yeah, issue with the permission. But just Joe.
I wasn't here, so I don't have.
Well. Okay,
Okay. Okay, okay, hold on. What's going on with Mr. Simon? He must have a bad connection.
I have a competency review that's coming up a few times here. Sante Gardner, has she checked in with the court?
Okay, Gardner, no, we didn't. Is she in jail? Is that a?
Well,
female?
she's in and out of jail and in and out of shelters with Team Wellness.
Oh, you don't know if she's out or in?
I'm the double check with Team Wellness again. I mean, she gets in and out each time, and she's unfortunately a sad situation. I'll get right back with you if that's okay.
Okay, yeah, she's not here. And we're not showing that she's in the jail.
Okay, I'll call Team Wellness and I'll come back onto the Zoom. Thank you.
All right.
Madam Clerk, do you still have Miss Dawson on the link from the jail? I had some technical problems, but I'm back.
Yeah, they went to go get her. Wayne County Jail is on now.
Great, thank you. This will be a set for exam.
Okay.
Early.
Where's your client?
I don't think she's gonna be checking early for sure. Oh, okay. She's been on no call, no show.
So far, yeah.
I can waive her presence if that's okay.
what is it?
It's PCC.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Oh, well, there she is. She's on now. No, that's. Parties ready on Ashante Dawson, calling case number 2356698. The people of the state of Michigan versus Ashante Dawson. Defendant is charged with count 1, assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder or by strangulation. Count 2, assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault. Count 3, count 4, weapons, felony, firearm. Count 5, domestic violence. This matter is scheduled for probable cause.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ed Book appearing on behalf of the people, P8626.
Oh,
And good morning, Your Honor. Jonathan Simon, P35596 on behalf of Miss Dawson.
that's supposed to be.
This is domestic violence.
I did reach out to the domestic violence unit in our prosecutor's office to ask if this should be in there, and they said although it's domestic, it's not technically violent, so they didn't want to take it. So that's all I have. That's all I know about that situation.
They charge them with domestic violence, but it's not domestic violence. All right. Mr. Simon, did you put your appearance on?
Yes, Jonathan Simon, P35596 on behalf of Ms. Dawson.
Dawson, can you state your name, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right.
Your Honor, we'd ask to have the matter set over for preliminary examination.
All right. May 16th at 9:30.
No, that whole morning is pretty well congested. Any other day that week would be great, though.
May 17th at 9:45.
17th at 9:45 is good. Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Does that
Okay,
conclude this
anything
hearing, Your Honor?
Yes, unless you have something else. That concludes the
Okay,
hearing.
great. Thank you, Your Honor. Take care. See you next week.
Okay, take care. Also, you can tell them, no, you're done. You come back next, Wednesday at 9:45. It's gonna be an in-person exam.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Did we get any judges yet?
Yeah, so.
We don't have any judges yet?
I asked for that.
I thought John Nix is supposed to be a judge.
They have a call. John. I'll call him.
Cause I did a writ.
So, yeah. And you should be over there too. It should be. Nick should be. Right now. Let's go.
Oh, that's Mr. Luster. Yesterday, I don't know what happened. Mr. Luster, do you have- Sir, hey, that's not what I asked. I asked, do you have his case number?
Okay, do you have anyone, do you have a list of people who come in? You don't. Oh, okay. All right. You might have a guy coming this week. So come on.
Let's see. I don't know what happened.
Intern, the 36th District Court. We are trying to call to find out if you have a mix on your transport. I'm over there for 36.
Okay, that
John
may be
Nix,
why.
Nix. N-I-C-K. First name John. Okay, thanks.
You have the docket from yesterday.
Yes, yeah.
What happened to, you know what happened to Luster? He said he didn't get no paperwork.
He might have left. Is it?
Said he waited for an hour.
Is that the guy who, was? Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, he,
yeah. He
No, the paperwork. He
didn't
told
do
him,
it.
I gave him to call. Yeah, because what happened, they weren't in touch. Look at the paperwork, it's just a.
It's not in the system, that's why I'm asking you.
Yeah.
So she didn't even enter it.
It was, she didn't.
No.
It took complete. 14.1. Took complete, salary. Mercy, Mercy is here. It's Mercy. Thank, I mean, thank you.
Please, please.
Oh, that was that, he had a drug charge. Had a misdemeanor, going in front of Judge,
Right?
Brian, yeah. I wrote it all down in the file.
I don't have anything, she didn't put it in. the
Even
system.
in EJ anymore?
Wow, see, must put it in another file, because I know we did it. It says short version now.
She, I'm thinking,
Plead count one, and.
I'm thinking she didn't enter it. She probably
I was
don't-
planning on being here at 9,
She probably did not.
and I'm gonna start a track account.
Mercy. Come here for a second. Did you get any paperwork? Your client didn't get any paperwork?
He sat in the hallway.
Oh, wow, and you couldn't get them, you couldn't get.
Yeah, he said he
you couldn't
waited
get
for
anything.
an hour.
Yes, you couldn't get anything. Again, touch no.
I don't even know. Dang.
So, you.
Let me see. All right. So,
That was the least weird thing. Was particularly intimidating?
Okay. No, thank you, thank you. Sorry.
Sounds good.
I understand. All right, you have a good day. Talk to you. Talk to you later.
Tell them call that. You find out, call that. Yeah. I've never given them, I've never given them.
Was that hearing?
Evidently he wants to do.
Oh. Where's his price? It was
Yeah.
fine.
His client's not gonna show us. He tried.
You know, multiple times, sent emails, phone calls.
Jessica Miller?
Yeah.
I remember that name.
I even did a jail search because she wasn't.
She not in the jail either. Good morning, counselor.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Mr. Goldberg. Yes, sir. How are you today?
You got a motion, right?
I do.
Are you ready?
I'm ready when you are. I actually have the parties out in the hallway, but I don't know if we necessarily need them. But I can have you step in.
All right, let me call this one and then I'll call yours. Okay, all right?
That'd be great. I'll double check.
Parties ready on Jessica McMiller. Calling case number 2356330, the people of the state of Michigan versus Jessica McMiller. Defendant is charged with count 1, stolen property, receiving and concealing motor vehicle. This matter is scheduled for examination. Defendant has failed to appear.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ed and Book appearing on behalf of the people, P86266.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Daniel Richard, 372620. I represent Miss Jessica Miller. My right, my left was not in the courtroom. I also checked the hallway. I had 2 phone numbers for her that I've tried numerous times, as well as just prior to going on the record, as well as an email, which I've sent the previous emails to her, as well as another email for this morning. I'm putting that on the record just to document my efforts. No explanation against the court since I was unable to have a contact with my client.
People motion for K, Your Honor.
Any bound to submit some report with the bound to that, 30,000. Thank you.
Did you, sir?
Yeah, I
Oh,
actually.
you got one? Okay, cool.
And I can't really change potential order of the prosecutor's name, so.
Okay. Calling case number 2056901, the people of the state of Michigan versus Giles Alexander. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons, firearms, possession by a felon. Count 2, weapons, felony firearm. Count 3, weapons, ammunition, possession by a felon. Count 4, weapons, felony firearm. Count 5, weapons carrying concealed. Habitual offender, second notice. This matter is here on a motion hearing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ed and Book appearing on behalf of the people, P86266.
Good morning, Your Honor. Marshall Goldberg, P number 35788. There are actually 2 parties here associated with the motion. Deanne Alexander is present. If you could raise your hand, sir. Also present is Antoine Alexander, who's the claimant to the property. Your Honor, the court may see in the motion this matter was dismissed long ago. It was assigned currency by the Detroit Police Department. There was no forfeiture. There could not be any forfeiture. I would tell the court that when I contacted the police department and a lieutenant, they were looking for, I'm going to use the term cover, to make sure that they return the property to the appropriate parties. I attached an affidavit from Antoine Alexander saying it is his property. I attached a photograph of what he took when the property was processed. There was a count at the 11th precinct. Deanne Alexander has not claimed any of it. It is not his property. It belongs to Antoine Alexander. My goal is, Your Honor, to have the court sign an order, and I have a proposed order that the property shall be returned to to the one and only claimant in this case that has come forward, Antoine Ellison.
No objection, Your Honor.
The court wishes anybody to be sworn as to their claim.
First thing. Deion Alexander, I don't do t-shirts in my courtroom.
I did not prepare for that. I'm sorry.
You come to court, you dress for court, right?
Just recorded.
I say, when you come to court, you dress for court.
Okay.
All right. You want me to respect you, right?
Right.
Well, I want the same thing. I want my respect. All right, so if you ever have to come back to court, just please serve at least a shirt with a collar. All right, thank you. That's why I've got a toothpaste right here. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you guys.
Yes,
State your name, please.
Antoine Caesar Alexander.
Give me a chance. All right. This, currency that was taken on May 1st, 2020 at East Alden Drive in Dwyer. It was related to a case with Deion Alexander. Is Deion Alexander related to you?
Yes, sir.
How?
This is my first cousin.
All right, were you at the scene when it was taken?
Yes,
You were never charged with anything,
no,
and this money is your money.
yes.
Questions based on my questions?
None from the people.
Nothing.
Over. All right. All right, court's gonna grant your motion for the return of the funds that were taken. You have an order?
I do. He did handwrite the changes listing the prosecutor instead of the city attorney.
We're gonna conclude the hearing then. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Okay, you're good. We're outside, sir.
I'm Chuck Harris.
Absolutely. Thank you.
He's not one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My daughter just
You pop up.
So cute.
And we finally got my son,
Good morning.
Yeah, my daughter did.
Can I waive my claim for guarantee in the back? I don't need him to, put this dismissal on the record.
Yeah, well.
I don't really need him though.
I can get John Newsom on the way.
Exactly, right? Let me know.
Trying to make sure.
Bringing them up.
All right, and I don't know if you're being funny with them, because officers walking in and our officer is not here.
It's
This
simple,
is like before you walk
I'm
in.
going over.
I don't even need his body. Keep him in the back.
He's good. I've been one of the press.
That they were null process. Yeah, right.
No.
I'm sure they're gonna go over it and,
No, I got it.
Right, but the champ is here. That's all. Okay. Only you.
Let's see where they're at. They get this corner.
So, that's your whole. Hi, good morning.
wait a minute, you just said.
He's still a little small.
Still got 3 years eligible.
You go last, that long, or you go?
Right, Jason, you're turning right Right there.
Parties ready on John Nix?
Ready.
Calling case number 2260204, the people of the state of Michigan versus John Nix. Defendant is charged with count 1, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing, habitual offender for notice. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ed Booksville appearing on behalf of the people, 6266.
Good morning, Madam Police, this most honorable court, Random Mitchell appearing on behalf of Mr. Nix, who's standing to my right. Please take your name for record.
John Harwood. Thank you.
Your Honor, today is the date and time for the preliminary examination. We are ready to proceed. There is no officer, so we're asking for a dismissal at this time.
That's correct, Your Honor. Officers failed to appear in this case, so people aren't able to proceed.
Thank you.
Thank
You accept this where you're wearing?
They can, but.
Thank you.
Right,
That's yours. I might need it twice.
I thought you was retired. I didn't know you stayed down here with us. I thought you was retired with it.
Next thing I got 3 years.
3?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot going on with the men in the practice, so many happening, man. I there's so much going on with the men in our practice, like Gary, Brandon, like back with men, like. Thank you.
Yeah, I was trying to do that, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm like, all our ages are so close, you know, so it just makes you feel like that could be any one of them. Like, keep telling myself, stop stressing, like, stop stressing, like, whatever it is, right? I get so emotional though, right? So I'm just like.
Yeah, well, I didn't think I'm older than all y'all.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, like, when people live so much longer, my grandmother is 85, right? And so I still have a grandmother living, right? So it's just, you know, never people die. And then like, when you're, you know, when you have so much weight on you and carrying that weight for so many years, your body can't take that after so many years.
Take care of it. Take care of it.
It's interesting thing about
He already came on.
oh, he did what we do.
He's trying to find out where she is.
I know she's
in
in
the,
it's over again. Maybe, you know, what's the powers is gonna be in this.
Nope.
Powers is. Kieran, I didn't say yes, sir. This is who? I didn't say yes, sir. This is yeah, it's something different. The weather is like life. The difference a day.
Is Mr. Powers here?
No,
Right, it's okay.
So Frank Knowles is, you know.
It was dismissal, that was the.
Yeah, he said, it's interesting, but okay. I don't get why. But it's fine.
Yeah.
Let's see, this one. Now. This one. Last one.
Yeah. What time is that next one? Little stretch, Judge?
Yeah.
Courtroom 233, Judge. Yes.
We were late last time. Yesterday.
What's her name?
We wanted to try
Oh, it's.
to push something in.
Yeah. That was, that's it. Yeah.
Can't remember what happened. Okay, so he's where? Where?
We got.
They told. Told her. I'm better saying I didn't know how to present something.
Yeah, well, she,
Because I don't think the attorney knew exactly. Okay, this is. Okay. Yesterday. Oh, you know why? Signed yesterday. So let me, I had to see if. You wouldn't happen to know, case law. Okay. That's a lot of numbers. Let me see, start from the 2-3. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 0. All right. I just want to see. Jermaine 2. Yep, that was the one I did on Monday. So it's scheduled for exam on 5/25. I did do the grid. I wasn't here yesterday. She had to sign it yesterday. I need to double check. She sent it. But yeah, it's a motion. All right, so it's Women's here on Valley, right? All right, just in case. I need to correct it. Because I don't think I could. I didn't have to. All right, I got you. Well, thank you. I appreciate you calling. Thank you. I appreciate you calling. All right, you too. 5:25.
We all good? We'll find out if they will show up. I don't think they do, yeah.
Judge, you signed a writ that I left yesterday, right? Okay. What she do with the writ? What did she do with it?
There was another writ after that paperwork.
Oh, here it is. So she, I don't know. She sent the writ or she just put it in the file cabinet? Hey Shirley, how are you? Good, this is Kitty. I have a question. Where is Gwen? Oh, okay, all right. All right. Hey, Gwen, good morning. How are you? Well, this case. So I have a couple questions. One is Jermaine Children, the judge signed writ. Did you send that? I left it for the judge to sign.
We know this is glad to, yeah, this is, he's waiting on his client too, so.
But he did his.
I'm glad to wait.
There's nothing that AI system. He got.
Lockets here. Not yet this one. She's here.
Okay.
But, Ryan's not here. And, Mr. Anderson is here for power, I said too. Both of them.
So, oh, then Mr.
Who's that?
Back.
Oh, we got some news.
Good morning. This is, good morning, Judge. Good seeing you. They last heard from her 2 weeks ago. They don't have a forwarding address for her or phone number. She comes in and out. That's unfortunately her problems.
Oh. I'm at the issue of Cape is to try to track her down.
Understood, Judge. I mean, I sent a letter and then when I get a hold of it, if and when she comes in and out, so when she gets a hold of me, I'll see if I can get her to come on in to set aside the capias.
Okay.
So I'm ready for you to call the case. Thank you.
Calling case number 2255323, the people of the state of Michigan versus Santine Gardner. Defendant is charged with count one, stolen property, receiving and concealing $20,000 or more. Count two, motor vehicle unlawful driving away. This matter is scheduled for a competency return review. Defendant has failed to appear.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Bookfa appearing on behalf of the people, P 86266.
And good morning, Your Honor. Alvin Salen, P 23797, on behalf of Sante Gardner. Judge, I cannot indicate to the court where she is today. I don't know if the court has a contact information for her that you want to put in the file. She's in and out of Team Wellness, and I do have their number and the worker's name and extension number in case she contacts the court. With her mental health condition, she may ex parte try to contact the court sometimes.
Right, well, if she contacts us, we contact with you. The last hearing, when I set this one, is it specifically state that defendant was to be present, so we needed to make sure that she was in treatment. She's not here, so I'm gonna enter capias. Capias shall enter any bond previously submitted should be forfeited. The bond set 30,000 cash. You find her, bring her on in.
Thank you. Judge, I don't know if the court wants to take that contact information down to put in the file or just leave it up to me.
I'll just leave it up to you.
Thank you, sir. You have a good day.
Thank you.
Yep. How are you?
How you doing?
Long time no see.
Yeah,
No see, no hear.
yeah. So, trying to hang in there for now.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. 3 years.
I got 3 years left on my term. I'll try to last that long. We'll see. The way it works is drop.
Parties ready on Kimberly Luckett.
No, it's like, just come closer to the.
Calling case number 2355948, the people of the state of Michigan versus Kimberly Luckett. Defendant number one is charged with count one, home invasion, second degree. Count two, assault or assault and battery. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Bookfa appearing on behalf of the people, P 8626.
Morning, Judge. Richard Ronald, Ms. Luckett. Keep your name.
Kimberly Luckett.
Ready to proceed, Judge.
The people are not ready to proceed, Your Honor. Complaining witness was subpoenaed in this case, failed to appear. She also did call me and indicate to me that she would not be appearing and did not want to continue prosecution.
We move to dismiss.
All right, matter dismissed.
Thank you, Judge.
Just wait for your dismissal, okay?
We're ready right outside.
All right.
Mhm. Hung out with my dog. Huh? Oh, I actually, well, lunch with my dad. No. All right, next one is 10:15. Hey, that's what all these rejections. She said she didn't know. I talked to her. She said she didn't know how to do a plea. Carmen's.
She didn't say anything.
Yeah. Carmen probably told her, hold on to it, I'll help you with it or something. Yeah. Is it hot in here? Huh? You hot? Oh, okay. Oh. Must be me. He just said it's kind of hot, but he got a big robot. Oh, I think these are these yours? No, we gave Michael Reynolds. If you send these to.
You know, for that Savage case, the Pilkowitz, she has to be taken off the case, right?
Oh, yeah,
Did
yeah.
you ever find out? I haven't found out who the other.
I don't think they ever.
But I'm sure it's a 2014 case.
Right, I would have stayed out. Hey. Good morning, how are you? Good, this is Katie Judge Giles. I have a case that I called on Friday regarding with Joel. I never got back yet. Assigned to- I shared. 82, 147, 169, 49. Yes. On May 5th? Oh, okay. All right. No, it's exam for today. It's just trying to check to make sure. All right, thank you. All right. Cora Watt is assigned to that case.
Okay.
It says she was assigned on May 5th, which was before Monday. Is Powers here?
Negative. Yeah. More, Powers here yet?
Powers is not here, Mr. Edison is here, and Attorney White is here, but not the client. And we're waiting on a special prosecutor for Lovejoy. You guys aren't special.
I know, they got it, yeah, I'm special. But, did he call Powers?
Mhm.
Did you find out, you know, where it was ETA?
For
His ETA.
Mr. Powers. Let me see if I talked to him. I think he called. He is. He's coming. He's coming. He's on crash. How are you, Judge?
Okay, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yes.
Parties ready on Frank Powers. Calling case number 2356504, the people of the state of Michigan versus Frank Powers Jr., defendant number 2, is charged with count 1, assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault. Habitual offender, second notice. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Judge. Alex Ranger, on behalf of the people, P number P86590.
Jeffrey Edison, P25912, on behalf of Frank Powers. Good morning, Your Honor.
Powers, can you state your name for the record?
Frank Powers.
Powers, you don't know how to dress for court? Do you know how to dress for court?
Yeah, I really forgot about my questions. Oh, so I had this on already. It was really rushed. I was about to work.
No problem. Send you Wayne County Jail at some dress.
No.
I beg your pardon? You think it's up to you?
No, I'm
You
sorry.
think it's up to you?
No, I'm sorry.
It's not up to you.
I'm sorry. I was telling you, I just had to work.
I don't want,
my court date.
I appreciate your apology, but I don't want it. I want your respect, and I'm not getting it.
Sorry.
And that's the problem. How would you come back to my court, you dress for court? Did you come back like that again? Our conversation is gonna be real short. We're gonna take away your bond, and you Wayne County Jail, let them dress you. All right? Ready?
People are unable to proceed as the necessary witnesses have failed to show.
Your Honor, in light of that, defense would move to dismiss.
All right, matter dismissed.
Step up with you.
Wait for your attorney outside.
This is another. Where's it? Oh, no, this is coming up.
Oh.
May 15th. Good, how are you? Yeah. You all right?
Everything's cool, thank you. How's it been, Judge? Everything cool?
All right. Getting better.
Yeah. How long are you gonna do this? Well, I'm trying, I'm trying to figure that out right now. I'm not taking as much, you know, and trying to spend a little more time in West Africa, you know, so.
Oh, which part?
Ghana.
Ghana?
Yeah, so. Got a spot there, got a home there, so.
Oh, okay, that's right.
That's right.
Sounds good. I'm,
You talking about the islands?
huh?
You talking about the islands, right?
Not actually, Costa Rica.
Oh.
I'm looking at.
Okay.
Or, even Mexico, I'm looking at. Like, southern kind of Mexico.
Right.
Go towards Vito, somewhere down there. You know, below the hurricane belt.
Yeah.
It's like 78 year round.
On the Caribbean side or the Pacific side?
That's on the Pacific side.
Okay.
All right, and the, Costa Rica, I don't know, I haven't gotten over to the Caribbean side. I really wanna, I wanna spend some time there, look there. You know, prices are a lot cheaper,
Yeah.
you know, and, you know, when I, you know, when we were there before, last time we were there, I'm looking around. Like, holy hell. What's the color?
Yeah.
You know, but I was all over the Pacific side. And even in San Jose, capital, you know, I ran into maybe 3,
Really?
period.
I guess certain areas.
Yeah, then found a lot more on the
Caribbean side.
Caribbean side. So
Yeah.
I gotta go there.
And with that, you know, a lot of descendants of enslaved Africans that were like in Jamaica, like came across. So on that Caribbean side, like in Belize, you know, that's where they migrated.
Right.
So they're more on that side.
I mean, like Belize too.
Yeah.
Down there, but it's just not as, it doesn't have an infrastructure.
Right.
You know. I hate at this point.
Yeah, that's crucial. And timing, you know, that's why it's got to get it in the head. The time, because you don't know tomorrow, right? In any form or fashion, and it's like you just want to make it time, you know, so we can better appreciate this phase of our life, you know. Right, for what? Yeah. And then just thinking that it's gonna be different tomorrow. Well, no, you know, I mean, for me, it's like, you know, I got what I got, you know, and and just do it, because at the end of the day, it don't matter what you got anyway. If your spirit and your health ain't cool, right? You know, you have all that material stuff.
Right.
You know, so that's why I'm just trying to, and my wife, she's ready to go yesterday. So, you know, I'm just trying to.
I mean, she's been retired for a while.
Yeah, she's been retired, yeah. So, that's what I'm trying to do.
And she was young when she retired too, so.
Yeah, well, right, yeah, right. Exactly. Got me up there hustling. All right, kid. All right,
That's how we
Judge,
do.
have a great day. Well, that's how we do, she said. Take care of yourself, brother.
That's
Good
how
to
we
see you.
do.
That's right. I ain't complaining. I ain't complaining.
Take care.
All right.
Like, Kim got me hustling too.
Huh?
Like, Kim got me hustling.
Yep. Do you two retire around the same time?
She's younger than I. 4 years younger.
I mean, does she plan on retiring with you?
She wants me to wait until the term this year. How you doing? Especially like have some Brandon.
Yeah.
Gary, other folks, when I got this.
Okay.
I think I was going to. Hey, Rob, find out.
It starts.
So just by you drive, restrain?
Cause I didn't, before we left, drive up there, Amazon had delivered some stuff. Picked it up, took it in the house. But I didn't, nothing popped, nothing strained, I didn't really anything.
We're just waiting on.
We drove all the way to,
Who you got?
Oh, that was Kelly. Well, we just leave, in Western Michigan, just before you leave,
It was his name.
Chicago.
What's his name?
Can't think of his place.
Oh, I see.
But
Oh, I
anyway,
see. What's
we
the
stopped there and got some meat.
How's that?
You know, that's his brother, probably, or cousin.
Really, got back to Chicago, maybe another hour. 50
Yeah, I thought that was good.
minutes. And as soon as I got out the car.
No, the guy we used to work with, name like that. That's good.
Mhm.
Like, that's a little weird. But I'm walking out. maybe
Yeah.
We got some,
Just, last time I talked.
we were in one of those suburban towns.
Mhm.
He did what?
Nice little place.
What he did what?
He got his
Truck
truck.
shops, so we walk around.
Yeah, that's.
We got something to eat.
So.
Boy, yeah.
Oh, he worked over there, doesn't he?
I think you was like.
Just
I
got
mean, how long you been there?
We walked out.
6 years.
And that's what.
Wow.
We went back to worse.
Oh, wow.
Next
I've seen him
morning.
over Google's house. He is.
Our room was like 10 feet away from the
He could have been.
elevator.
Yeah.
Barely made it.
Wow.
Yeah, my man
Yeah,
said.
all the way till you got back, drove back.
We drove all the way back. I guess I could have went somewhere there.
We're gonna get together,
I drove all the way back and went straight to,
Friday, I believe, celebrate Louis' birthday.
Was his birthday?
This wrong medication. Because I told him I was allergic to certain.
And that's what he gave?
Next morning.
Oh, my God.
Next morning, I was
Yeah.
back in the hospital.
Because the medicine.
They gave me some stuff. Get rid of that. He said, well, the medication you gave me, he said, you do nothing, I'm struggling. Double this stuff. But he, would put me on.
Mhm.
None of it helped. I saw, within a day, I saw pain. She ordered the MRI. So It was like on Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, exactly, because it ruins your.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, I keep.
They scheduled me to come back to do the third block, so May 25th. I will still be out.
Yeah, yeah, it's on the corner.
Oh, my goodness.
I called us, we can't get you.
What did you say? You had never said.
You never asked.
That's crazy.
I knew you were very good, I just didn't want to go there. So I just.
Yeah, it's usually some therapy. Because you need to do something.
Right, you can start, oh, did you, on Tuesday and Thursday?
That's what I've been.
That's the other guy, I think that's before.
Yeah, no,
We don't show up.
Oh, that's even better. Right, that's even better.
Space, and then brown beige, white, tan. All 50 shades.
That's where you live.
Oh,
So I take it we waiting on Lovejoy.
waiting on Lovejoy, actually.
Yeah, we have a prosecutor, special prosecutors here. OIC, two witnesses.
Who's the prosecutor?
State or the city?
I didn't get her name. The young lady. Want me to get it for you?
If I could just have her repeat of it,
I got you.
that'd be perfect.
What you
got? Sticky note. Thank you.
I did work for the city. I worked in the building before.
Thank you.
I'm looking for Lewis's text. No, verse 3.
I think. I think he might. Yeah, I think he was. So where you gonna?
So, don't need to.
I don't know what you know what I just called because he was talking about.
I just sent it to you.
Yeah, just okay, good. You good. Oh. Yeah.
And, um, Nah. I'm thinking like, oh, you chill. It's love, bro. Come on.
It's not really serious. We'll see.
Ready? Calling case number 2259283, the people of the state of Michigan versus Soraya LaFave Lovejoy, defendant number 2, is charged with count 3, notary public violations involving real property. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Latoya Willis, appearing on behalf of the people, P64900.
Down to that witness, white P61864, on behalf of Ms. Lovejoy, who is present in court, and we are ready.
Thank you.
We're ready to see, Your Honor. I make a motion to sequester any witnesses in this matter. I ask an exception for the officer in charge, investigator Jason Morissette.
No objection to the officer and joining the motion.
All right, you know, witnesses testifying today at trial at any future time must be the courtroom, Zoom, and YouTube, or be denied that future testimony. Give exception to the officer in charge. Your first witness?
Mrs. Valkyrie Doucette.
A civilian witness?
I'm sorry, Judge.
Is she a civilian witness?
Yes.
here, okay, I'm sorry.
Just give me your name.
Valkyrie Doucette, Valkyrie, last name Doucet.
Wanna come up this way?
Oh,
Sure.
duh. Right here?
Yep, you can raise your right hand.
Yes,
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I swear I affirm.
Right. You can pull the door toward you. Seat right here.
Mhm.
Good, now what? There's a mic just a little bit down.
I'm not always as close. All right, thank
All
you.
right. All right, hold on. Ma'am, you're gonna be asked a series of questions. First by the prosecutor, then by the defense attorney will probably ask you some questions. And I may or may not ask you questions, okay? You have to answer all your questions out loud verbally using words. And say, just shake your head.
Yes or no? Okay.
Yes, no, whatever the answer is. Okay?
All right.
Also, when you're asked a question, I need you to think about that question and just answer that question and stop. So if it's a yes or no type of question, just say yes or no and stop. Okay? We all have a tendency when we're involved in or something traumatic happens, we tend to just kind of go on and on about it. You know, we'll say this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this happened. And that's how because we want to get it all out.
Yeah.
All right. If you do that, I'm going to miss something.
Okay.
All right. If I miss something, I might not make the right decision.
Okay.
Okay. I know nothing about this case.
Okay.
One thing I know about this case is his name and what she's charged with. And I know your name.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
I get all my information from what happens in court. That's why we proceed one question, one answer at a time. And that way I can understand what happened. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. May I proceed?
Thank you, Judge. Will you please state your full name for the record?
Valkyrie Doucette.
All right, and Ms. Doucette, I want to ask you some questions related to a property on 420 Chandler Street. Are you familiar with that address?
Yes,
How are you familiar with that?
I used to own that property from 1967 to 2009.
1967 to 2009.
Correct.
And what happened after 2009 that you no longer own the property?
No, I no longer own it. I moved to Harvard Town.
And after you moved in 2009, did you have any further contact with the property?
No, I did not.
Did you sell that property?
Yes, back to the mortgage company.
I couldn't hear your answer, man. Can you repeat your answer, please? I couldn't hear your answer. She asked you, did you sell the property?
No, I did not sell the property. I gave it back to the mortgage company.
All right. And so after 2009, was it your belief that the property was in the ownership of the mortgage company?
Correct.
At some point, did you become aware of a quitclaim deed that had been recorded against the property?
Can you see that?
At some point, did you become aware of a quitclaim deed that had been recorded against the property?
Yes.
All right, and how did you become aware of that deed?
I do believe it's because I had a letter or a notice to me.
You received a letter or a notice?
Mm-hmm.
Permission to approach the witness, Your Honor, with what's been marked as People's Proposed Exhibit 1.
Permission granted.
Thank you. Mrs. Doucette, I've just handed you 4 pages of People's Proposed Exhibit 1. Would you indicate for the record, is that a copy of a quitclaim deed?
Yes, that's what it says, yes.
All right, have you ever seen that document?
No, I have not.
Could you go to, let me see. Would you look at page 2 of the document?
Yes.
Is there your name on there, Valkyrie Doucette?
That's my name, but that's not my signature.
All right. Have you ever seen the document before today?
No,
Okay, so the document that you have in your hand, People's Exhibit number 1, is the title of that a quitclaim deed?
that's what it says.
All right, and on page 2, is the name Valkyrie Doucette affixed to the document?
Well, yeah, but that's not my signature.
All right. You did not sign your name on that document?
I did not sign my name on this document.
Okay, and well, did you ever appear before a notary by the name of Saralefa Lovejoy?
Will you repeat that?
Have you ever appeared before a notary by the name of Saralefa Lovejoy?
No,
Have you ever executed any quitclaim deeds for that property on 420 Chandler Street?
no,
Now, at some point, did you come into contact with an individual by the name of Dawn Fisher?
yes.
And how did you come into contact with Dawn Fisher?
Don Fisher, was at my church, which is not far from her home. She said that she hunted me down, or she was searching for me.
All right, and was she searching for you in relation to the property on 420 Chandler Street?
Yes, she did say that.
Answer calls for hearsay.
Okay, did you end up having any conversations or interactions with Mrs. Fisher?
Yes,
And after having those contacts with Mrs. Fisher, when would this have been, what year?
all I remember is before the pandemic.
Before the pandemic?
Yes.
Do you know how long before the pandemic?
I really can't say. I know it was in summertime. I know I was entering into the church, and she drove up behind me and introduced herself to me. And the reason why,
Okay, no.
I'm sorry.
Can't talk about that, no. You gotta wait for the next question. See my question and answer, please.
After having contact with Mrs. Fisher, did you at some point end up deeding that property over to Mrs. Fisher?
yes, I did.
All right. And would that have been in 2021?
Yes,
Okay. I need to clarify the issue. This is the property at, on Chandler Street?
yes.
All right, I need your approach. Need your approach.
Which-
Yeah, to the party, please, attorneys. All right.
Does it have plate? Because they're blue. Oh. I wish it. I wish it was. Three more, three.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're actually supposed to. Don't you make a copy of this, madam?
No. There's a draft.
Yeah.
I got the bike. Good, all right, thank you. You don't get it. I got Friday, dinner, and meeting your friends after.
Have you met the?
We did once. Yeah, usually.
So 4 months, we have to-
The wedding. This is a big.
Right, that, yes.
Don't just be.
Yeah.
I don't need to talk too much, just be. Don't talk. Yeah, they can't. It was like, when you give it to us, like 6 times. Yeah. It's true. That's right.
You don't want the girls to be.
Because I had was a friend of mine, like, that I talked to, yeah, he was in this talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think so.
Yeah. Once you get past the rivers.
Yeah.
That's right. And then the marriage.
So did she say how to to you?
Oh, yeah, she said, yeah, like, even thousand days, she talked, that's like an hour or 30.
I mean, because they're old.
You know. Yeah, but I think the child is really 5, 6, 15 years old. Two. Yeah, this is. Yeah, 18, 19, they'd be like, I got some this guy. Hopefully, yeah. They might be bigger than, yeah, they might be like, I'm gonna take this guy.
That's good. That's good to hear.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah. This is what he said.
It's, I don't know exactly where it's at. Little ride.
That's a little. I mean, but I wonder if it's too far.
Oh, someone like driving yourself.
No, like.
That's a bus trip.
I still wanna know, yeah, because it wait. They can stay part of 14, so it's an early day trip.
It's a 1-day trip.
It's
They
early,
just,
too.
yeah,
So,
go there and then come
so
back.
that's why I want to know how far it is. and
So
how
I,
much
if I can.
time you have in between the little two.
So if I can remember, because I went a few times, but it's been a while since they did another one because of COVID. No, so it's like- Yes.
Is it in Michigan?
Yeah. I can remember. Yeah, because. Right, so you're out 10:30 to 4. Leave at 4. Board at 3:30, sorry.
They get that around 6.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's. We got like 5 hours. The bad part about these trips. We might agree. Right, that's the thing.
Depends on what. I know that. Would you like some water?
They do have
Yes, that would
a,
be nice. Appreciate that.
No, I'll take water.
You just have to have my seat.
No, what? Oh, sorry.
they do have a buffet.
Yeah, it's like.
Where? There?
There in there.
Right, then come back, ready to go.
Yeah, it just doesn't say.
If
he.
Yeah, they need $20.
Yes.
To play.
That's part of that.
There's no punishment for us officers.
Yeah.
There is a punishment.
I think so. Then you get $5. $10.
Oh, I understand. Right, but.
I wanna go, but I don't know if I'll be able to.
So.
Somebody's had-
Let me go, let me know.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Those officers of people, they start discussing this, but they're. I say no, that's the whole week on process. So.
Back on the record on 2259283, people state of Michigan versus defendant number 2, Sarah Lovejoy.
Thank you. Commissioner to oppose the witness for people's proposed exhibit number 2.
Yes.
Mrs. Doucette, I'm handing you what's been marked as people's proposed exhibit number 2. Is that a quit claim deed?
Yes, it is.
All right, and is that a quit claim deed that you are familiar with?
Yes, it is.
Is that for the property of 420 Chandler Street?
Correct.
All right, and is that a quit claim deed that you signed your name to?
Yes, this is my signature.
All right, now, the date on that deed is October of 2021, is that correct?
I don't see, yeah, I'm sorry, yes,
Now, you indicated that you believe that that the house had gone back to the mortgage company back in 2009. Is that
yes,
correct?
that is correct.
All right, did you execute any paperwork from that to the mortgage company?
No,
What did you do?
walked away.
All right, and when you walked away in 2009, was it your belief that the mortgage company had taken over the property?
Yes,
Did you become aware at some point that your name was still titled on the property?
was not aware. Was not aware.
Did you ever become aware?
Yes,
All right, when did you become aware that your name was still titled on the property?
but I got information from the city of Detroit.
All right, and you received paperwork from the city of Detroit?
I believe I did, but I don't recall. I'm sorry. I don't know when. I believe I did. I filed bankruptcy on the house,
Back when?
and I believe it was 2013.
All right. And when you filed bankruptcy on the house, did you ever receive any paperwork indicating that you no longer own the house?
No, I did not.
All right. And when you execute this quitclaim deed to Mrs. Fisher, People's Exhibit number 2, did you believe that you owned the property?
No. No, not until I got this. That's when I realized I do no longer own it. That's why I signed it. I no longer.
Okay, I'm not understanding. So in 2021, when you did the quitclaim deed, did you still think the mortgage company or the bank owned the property?
Yes, yes.
Why did you do a quitclaim deed?
Because if I no longer owned it, I assumed that it was good for her and her family to receive it. I mean, there was nothing, no one came after me of past due taxes or anything. I received nothing from the city, nothing. Nothing.
All right, and so you weren't living in the house anymore,
No.
is that correct?
Not at all.
Did you approach Mrs. Fisher, or did Mrs. Fisher approach you about buying the house?
Repeat that again?
Did you approach Mrs. Fisher, or did Mrs. Fisher come to you about getting possession of the Chandler Street property?
She approached me.
Did you sell the property to her, or?
No, I did not.
Okay, did you receive any monies from her?
No, I did not.
All right. And People's Proposed Exhibit 2, that is a quitclaim deed that you did in fact sign, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, people will move to admit People's Proposed Exhibit 2 into evidence.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Admit.
No additional questions.
Ronald?
So the record is clear. Pronounce your last name for me again. Pronounce your last name for me again.
Doucette.
Ms. Doucette. So the record is clear, Ms. Doucette. Ms. Fisher approached you with a quitclaim deed, is that correct?
That's correct.
And at the time that she approached you with that deed, you believed that you owned the property?
I don't. No.
Let me finish my question. Okay, at the time that she approached you with that quitclaim deed, did you believe that you owned that property at that time?
In my mind, I believe I did not own the property.
Okay, so then my next question is, if you did not own the property and that's your belief, why did you sign that quitclaim deed?
Because if I had owned the property, I would assume whatever the city did wrong, my signature was helped to make it right. Because the city never gave me anything at all.
Okay, so at the time that you signed the document, you're saying that you didn't believe that you owned the property?
They asked me for a legal opinion.
Not for a legal opinion, just for,
That's a legal question. You're asking her for a legal.
I can rephrase it, Your
Okay.
At the time that you signed that document, had you signed any other documents that would have given you a release as owner for that property?
No,
Okay. And at any time, did you contact the mortgage company, where you had taken the mortgage out on the property? With them, did you sign anything to say, I'm free and clear of this property?
no, no.
And so then you signed that document because, if I'm understanding your answer, you signed that document because you believe someone else had done something wrong, and then this person was being deprived of their right.
What was the last statement you said?
You believe that Ms. Fisher that approached you, you believed in her coming to you with this quick claim that someone, whether it be the city, the mortgage company, someone had done something wrong.
Correct.
Okay, and so you were just signing off because you were trying to right a wrong. Would that be fair?
Correct.
Do you know the person who notarized the document?
Which document?
I'm sorry, the quick claim deed signing off. Yes.
This one?
Yes, did you know that person?
No, I did not
Can we
know.
just clarify, are we talking about exhibit 2 or 1? They're both.
2, exhibit 2.
Yes, exhibit 2.
Thank you, attorney.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Anything further on the chapter?
No.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No witness?
Yes, she's coming. Good morning. Dawn Marie Fisher. Right here, right there.
Raise your hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Go to the next question. Have a seat. Ms. Fisher, you may ask a series of questions, first by the prosecutor, then the defense attorney will probably have some questions for you, and I may or may not ask you questions, all right?
Yes.
You have to answer all your questions out loud, verbally using words. Yes, no,
Yes, sir.
whatever. You can't say, or just shake your head, because everything's being transcribed.
Yes.
Right? Also, when you ask the question, I need you to listen to the question and just answer that question and stop. Okay?
Yes.
So if it's a yes or no question, just say yes or no. If they need additional information, they'll just ask a question. All
Yes,
right? We all have a tendency that when we're talking about an event that may cause us problems or was dramatic, we tend to ramble.
Yes.
You know, because we want to get it all out. We'll say this happened, this happened, this happened. If you do that, I'm gonna miss something. You know, only thing I know about this case is what happens in this courtroom. And that's how I get all my information. And that's why I get it one question, one answer at a time. That way I can understand.
Yes, sir.
Okay? All right, thank you. See?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please tell us all your name.
Dawn Marie Fisher.
Ms. Fisher, I want to ask you some questions about 420 Chandler Street. Are you familiar with that address?
Yes, ma'am.
And what city is that located in?
Detroit, Michigan.
All right. And how are you familiar with that property?
I'm the owner.
As of when have you been the owner?
To September, I believe, 2021.
When did you first move into the property?
June 2015.
And when you first moved into the property, did you move into it alone or with anyone else?
With my ex-husband and my children.
And what is your ex-husband's name?
Marvin Douglas Parker.
All right. And when you moved into that property with your ex-husband, were you all renting? Were you purchasing? What was this?
We were purchasing.
You were purchasing the home?
On a land contract, yes, ma'am.
All right. And who was responsible for working out the arrangement to purchase the property on the land contract?
My ex-husband, Marvin Parker.
And that was back in 2015?
Yes, ma'am.
At some point, did you believe that you and your husband actually owned the property?
Yes, ma'am.
When would that have been?
That would have been, I want to say about 2018, because we were paying the taxes.
Okay. Did you ever see any paperwork transferring the property over to you or your husband?
No, ma'am.
Prior to 2018?
No, ma'am.
Now, at some point, does there become some discrepancy regarding the title of the property?
Yes, ma'am.
When would that have been?
That would have been before my divorce, in 2019. This was during COVID, or maybe a little bit before COVID.
So a little prior to COVID, in about 2019, you became aware of a discrepancy in the title.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you become aware of that?
When I filed for my divorce, I was asking for the house, and we went to court, and then my lawyer brought up the deed for the home, and he had filed.
Okay, so during the divorce proceedings, you became aware of a deed?
Yes, ma'am.
Had you seen a deed prior to the divorce proceedings?
No, ma'am.
All right, permission to approach the witness with People's Proposed Exhibit 1.
Yes.
Thank you. Handing you a 4-page document marked as People's Proposed 1.
Yes, ma'am, this is what we saw.
All right, so would you indicate for the record, is that a quitclaim deed I've handed you?
Yes, ma'am.
And you've indicated that that is a deed that you've seen before?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that during the divorce proceedings?
Yes, ma'am.
And that quitclaim deed, does it purport to convey the property from Mr. Parker, from Mrs. Valkyrie Doucette to Mr. Parker?
Yes, ma'am.
People would move to admit People's Proposed Exhibit 1 into evidence.
No objection.
We admit it.
Now, was the first time that you saw that quitclaim deed during the divorce proceedings?
Yes, this was the first time.
And after you saw that quitclaim deed, did you make any attempts to speak to any individuals named on that deed?
Yes, ma'am. I tried to locate and find Miss Valkyrie to find out what was going on with the deed.
All right, and were you able to make contact with Mrs. Doucette?
Yes, ma'am.
And at some point, do you later make arrangements to have Mrs. Doucette transfer that property over to you?
Yes, ma'am, in my lawyer's office, yes, ma'am.
Did you pay Mrs. Doucette any money for that property?
No, ma'am.
No. What is the date on that quitclaim deed?
This will be March 16, 2016.
I have no additional questions.
No questions, John, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jason, Z-E-T-T-E. Oh, that's quite all right. You swear I affirm and tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so, yeah, I do.
I realize you can't call it. Name?
Detective Jason Marzette, badge number 48, currently assigned to Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, deed fraud unit.
Thank you. Detective Marzette, I'd like to ask you some questions about the case of the People versus Sarah Leifa Lovejoy. Are you familiar with that case?
Yes, ma'am.
How so?
I was the officer in charge of the investigation of a complaint filed by Ms. Valkyrie Doucette.
All right. And did that complaint relate to property located at 420 Chandler Street?
Yes, it did.
Is that in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And after you received that complaint, did you begin an investigation into that property?
Yes, I did.
As a part of that investigation, did you have an opportunity, permission to approach the witness, Judge,
Yes, ma'am.
to review People's Exhibit 1?
Yes, I did.
And what were you investigating as relates to People's Exhibit 1?
The nature of Ms. Doucette's complaint was that a deed was recorded with the Wayne County Register of Deeds office that did not bear her true signature.
All right.
Her signature had been forged.
And as a result of that complaint, did you do any investigation into the notary listed on that quitclaim deed?
Yes, I did.
And who's the notary listed on the quitclaim deed?
That would be Ms. Sarafila, Siraylafa, Khadijah, Khadijah, Lovejoy, Lovejoy.
And in investigating Mrs. Lovejoy, did you make a determination or were you able to determine whether or not Mrs. Lovejoy was in fact a notary?
Yes.
And was she?
Yes, she is a commissioned notary in the state of Michigan for the county of Wayne.
And in your investigation of Mrs. Lovejoy, did you have opportunity to make any contact with her?
Yes, after several attempts, I did have a brief conversation with Ms. Lovejoy. On the phone, she called me in response to a contact letter that I sent to her.
And in that conversation, did you ask Mrs. Lovejoy about the quitclaim deed in question, exhibit number 1?
Yes, I did.
What did you ask her?
I asked her, I described the document to her, offered to email her the document. And I asked her, did she indeed notarize the document? She affirmed that she did, but she did not recall the specific details of the notarization. When I asked her who brought her the deed, where did the notarization take place, et cetera, she said she didn't recall those details.
All right. And did you make any requests to have any additional conversations with Mrs. Lovejoy?
Yes. I asked her to, come into the office for an interview. I wanted to show her some photographs of Mr. Parker. But she did not respond to any further contacts.
All right. And as a part of investigating or looking for Mrs. Lovejoy, did you pull up any Michigan State records or any images of Mrs. Lovejoy?
Yes, I did.
What would those have been?
A driver's license photo and address history.
All right, and was that some of the information that led you to making the initial contact with Mrs. Lovejoy?
Yes.
And if you are able to, would you be able to identify Mrs. Lovejoy in court today, if she's present in court?
Yes, she is.
All right, and can you identify her for the record?
Ms. Lovejoy is sitting in the first row behind defense counsel. She's wearing a blue turtleneck top, and her hair is black and pulled to the back.
People would ask if the record reflected the witnesses identified the defendant, Mrs. Lovejoy.
The record is so reflect.
I don't have any additional questions.
I have no questions, Your Honor, for this witness.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Any further witnesses?
Judge, no, I have no additional witnesses. I would make a motion at this time to amend the date of offense, December 22nd, 2015. I would make a motion to amend that to March 16th, 2016.
Any objections?
No objection.
All right, so amended. March 16th. Mark, what's the date?
March 16th, 2016.
2016.
Would the court like the exhibits?
Yes, please. Does defense have any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor, thank you.
1 second, please. Argument.
Your Honor, the people believe that for probable cause purposes, the burden has been met to show that Mrs. Sarah Leifa Lovejoy was in fact a notary public during the time period of March 16, 2016. That during that time, she signed a quitclaim deed that purports to transfer property located at 420 Chandler Street from a Valkyrie Doucette to a Marvin Parker. Testimony of Mrs. Valkyrie Doucette is that she's never seen that document, that she never appeared before a notary, and that is not her signature on that document. For that reason, I would ask for a bind over as charged.
Any argument?
Yes, Your Honor. I would argue that the responsibility of the notary is to look at driver's license, that type of thing. When someone comes in and presents information for them to notarize, they don't do anything very deep as far as identification, except what is presented before them. We have no information as to what was presented before my client as being the notary, other than what is said. So I don't.
Exhibit, let me make sure I get the right exhibit. Exhibit, one, no, two, no, exhibit one, which is the quick claim deed that's in question here, that's specifically raised for your client, does in fact say that a type of ID Michigan driver's license was used.
And so she went by what was presented before her.
Well, I mean, isn't that a defense? Isn't that a defense? Because I don't have that on the record. You know, you're arguing what her defense would be.
Yes.
Okay, that's not on the record. I can only go by what's on the record.
Yes, sir. I'll just conclude my argument and leave it in the discussion of the board.
All right, thank you. Yeah, any further rebuttal? All right, thank you. All right, court, having heard the testimony, arguments, answers as follows. Court originally heard from Ms. Valerie Doucette, that she was previously the owner of 420 Chandler Street, that she believes she owned it from 1967 to 2009. After which time she moved to Harbortown. She did not sell it, she gave it back to the mortgage company. However, she also testified she received no paperwork from the mortgage company, nothing from the city, nothing that showed that the property was in fact transferred to any other party other than herself. With property, you know, the laws in the state of Michigan are, of course, that everything has to be in writing. So we don't have anything transferring the property so the court would find that Mr. Doucette was in fact the owner of the property. And, at least up until exhibit number 2, which is the quitclaim deed that was done on October 4th, 2021, which quitclaimed this property from Mr. Doucette to Ms. Dawn Fisher. Mr. says the state on the record that she didn't think she owned the property even when she signed the quitclaim deed. But basically, a quitclaim deed just transfers whatever ownership the person has or believes they have in the property to the person they're quitclaiming to. Ms. Doucette testified that she received no money for it, that she did it for the purposes of righting what she perceived as a wrong that had been done to Ms. Fisher. And we also heard from Ms. Fisher, who testified that she resides and currently owns 420 Chandler Street. She's been the owner since September 2021. That she moved in with her family and her husband in 2015. They were purchasing the property on a land contract, and they believe they owned the property by 2018. She had never received any paperwork transferring the ownership to them. When she got divorced in 2019, she became aware of the discrepancy in the title, and that she sought out Mr. Doucette and procured a quitclaim deed from Mr. Set, which is exhibit number 2. That she paid Mr. Set no money for the exhibit, and that the transfer and quitclaim deed was done in the office. Court also had the opportunity to, well, also talk to, or hear from, excuse me, Detective Jason Marzette, who was the OIC in regards to this case, based on a complaint filed by Mr. Set regarding exhibit number 1, which is a deed. She said it was recorded with the register of deed, but it was not her true signature. She never signed it. In his investigation, found that the defendant, Ms. Lovejoy, was in fact a commissioned notary in the state of Michigan, out of Wayne, made contact with the defendant on the phone. She called him in response to a contact letter he sent her. Asked if she notarized the document. She said yes, but she didn't recall any details. Asked for her to come in further for an interview. She refused, or didn't refuse, she just didn't respond. She didn't do anything. The document itself in question, which is exhibit 1, contains received as Ms. Lovejoy's signature as a notary, saying that the client produced identification, which was a Michigan driver's license. Based on the totality of the evidence presented today, court finds that the felony enumerated complaint warrant, which is count 3, did in fact occur in the city of Detroit. The probable cause of this charge is defendant should be found over the Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on information. With the 24th, May 24th at 9 o'clock a.m. Bye.
Thank you.
That's my approach for my exhibits.
I just didn't want her to say something that, you know, would have turned out to be technically, you know, bad for her. Yeah. It seemed like it was going down that road. I don't think you would have, but, you know, sometimes, you know.
You prefer the entry?
Yeah.
Parties ready on Brianna Smith. Calling case number 2355046, the people of the state of Michigan versus Brianna Smith. Defendant is charged with count 1, stolen property, receiving and concealing motor vehicle. This matter is scheduled for examination. Defendant has failed to appear.
Good morning, Judge. Alex Ringer on behalf of the people, P number P86590.
Good morning, Judge, to your staff, Cody Bradford with Neighborhood Defender Service, 885944, on behalf of Ms. Smith.
Have you had any contact with the client?
I have not, Judge. I've attempted to, other than that, I have no information to report.
The people motion for tape, please.
All right, you can show in. The bond previously said shall be forfeit. The bond set at 30,000 cash.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Judge, if I do get in contact with her, could I bring her to court to set aside the warrant? We get a date.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, that's if it's relatively soon.
So I'll get an investigator on it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's see, months.
Oh, Judge, where's,
On Zoom?
yeah, well, I asked her to come on because, did you want a hearing date on this discovery order?
Yeah, we can do it. It's gonna be, I mean, it's, the prosecutor's gonna be-
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Want me
do
to
it.
add him?
I think, Tyrone went down,
Oh,
because the exam is tomorrow, so that's why.
Okay, yeah, we'll do it.
There was some confusion, so that's why I am on the case, I'm on the Frazier case, because I guess he has a conflict. The, NDS attorney had a conflict?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I called, they say you were.
Okay. Because everybody was like, you don't have a case in here, you don't have a case in here.
Yeah. Yes.
Bring this out.
Yeah.
So what's happening?
And then
You're not.
Got Savage?
Yes,
I talked to the victim. Did you get, I sent you this this morning, I just found out.
I got it this morning, but I haven't had a chance to look at it.
It's not. I talked to the victim. So
we're gonna do, this cast on it, down 15.
Not interested.
You know what, I'm sorry.
That's the wrong one.
That
should not be.
So are we ready?
Yeah.
So I marked the wrong one.
Oh,
I'll just.
Quick, here's the.
mine will be.
Yeah,
too.
it's fine. But she was. So,
You playing fake.
So
All right.
Did you talk
Oh,
to
I
your
just
client?
need to fill out a form then.
Oh, good. Here, she can use this.
I can do that while we're
I
waiting.
started that one.
Thank you.
She told me she knows.
Yeah.
Ready? Calling case number 2356593, the people of the state of Michigan versus Joanne Grissom. Defendant is charged with count 1, assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Booklet appearing on behalf of the people, P86266.
And good morning, Your Honor. Nancy Casa from Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit, appearing on behalf of Ms. Joanne Gresham, P number 80549.
Grissom, can you state your name for the record?
Joanne Gresham.
Grissom, I don't do t-shirts in my courtroom.
Say it again, sir.
Beg your pardon?
I didn't hear you.
I said, I don't do t-shirts in my courtroom.
I'm sorry about
You
that.
should dress when you come to court, all right?
Yeah.
Your Honor, the defendant in this case, Ms. Tamika Gresham, she was here. She indicated to me that she does not want to prosecute this case, so the people are unable to proceed.
Judge, at the time, the defense would move for dismissal of the charges.
All right, Madam.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So she, you have to copy this.
I do, yes, right here.
Okay, I'm getting ready.
Sounds good, thank you.
Calling case number, calling case number 2356061, the people of the state of Michigan versus Raquan Fowler. Defendant is charged with count 1, jails, possession of weapon in, habitual offender, third notice. This matter is here on discovery order.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ed Book appearing on behalf of the people, P86266.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexandra Cho with the Neighborhood Defender Service of Detroit, P85948, appearing on behalf of Raquan.
All right.
And he is not present, Your Honor.
I'll waive his appearance for the purpose of this hearing. You submitted a discovery order. It was not a standard discovery order on a scale form. So it's my policy to, whenever I get those that are not standard discovery orders, I give them to the prosecutor, prosecutor for their approval and signature. And evidently the prosecutor did not approve your order. A number of things in it are asking that is not necessarily relevant, especially for probable cause.
Yes, Your Honor. For the majority of what is included in the order, that is not discovery that I would necessarily need before the exam. The information that is kind of most needed at the moment would be the digital discovery of any potential footage from the Wayne County Jail. I have been in contact with the prosecutor, and I believe that he has been in contact with the OIC, and that there is no digital discovery in relation to any surveillance footage. That being said, in my experience, I have typically always received some type of footage from inside of the Wayne County Jail when the charge relates to that. So I would just ask that specific digital discovery is what would be order of time. And if it is not, if there is no discovery, I would deal with that as well.
Kind of all over the place. I'm not sure what you're asking for.
And one moment, Your Honor. I'm trying to pull up something as well. So the discovery that I would request that be delivered prior to the exam would just specifically be that digital discovery. I've been in contact with the prosecutor. He has said that he has spoken to the OIC and that all digital discovery has been uploaded. I would still just request that the digital discovery order, be what remains in the order.
Just to correct the record, Your Honor, there is no digital discovery in this case. I did email Ms. Cho a few days ago to let her know that. I did contact the officer in charge. With any of these Wayne County Jail cases that we get, I've seen that there's never digital. So I always like to ask with the officers in charge, and they always confirm to me that and same with this case, that there is no digital in this case.
So
Your Honor, if, and again, if there is no digital, this is all, you know, a moot point, but I would just, if the OIC is present at the exam tomorrow, I will likely, again, just ask as well, just to dot all the i's and cross all the t's. But at this point, I believe that all digital discovery that prosecutor has been sent. If there is no footage,
Right, and there's no need for me to go through the discovery order, right?
one moment, Your Honor, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to locate this and I'm having a little bit of difficulty with my laptop right now. Yes, Your Honor, and yeah, I spoke with the prosecutor. I believe it was on Tuesday and I filed this order on Monday. So at this point, given that he has asked the OIC and there is no digital, it no longer would need to be signed.
All right. Okay, that'll conclude the hearing then.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Parties ready on Frazier Savage. Calling case number 1462331, the people of the state of Michigan versus Frazier Savage. Defendant is charged with count 1 and count 2, assault with intent to murder, count 3, weapons found in firearm, habitual offender for notice. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Adam Booker appearing on behalf of the people, P86266.
And good morning, Your Honor, Coral White appearing on behalf of Mr. Savage, P41508.
Your Honor, the people aren't able to proceed in this case. I did get in touch with Mr. Torrance Brown. I let him know that about today's date and everything, he has failed to appear.
I will move for dismissal.
All right, matters dismissed.
Oh.
Yes, sir. Oh, sorry, Mr. Savage, can you state your name for the record?
Yes, Fraser Savage, Fraser Lee Savage.
Those prescription glasses?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, matters dismissed without prejudice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Outside.